Hello everybody, this is David here, aka Chessman, here today to go over some games, some chess games. Basically we're going to continue going through the chess games that were played at the World Championship matches. The last one we covered was Magnus versus Ian Nepomniachtchi, I believe in 2021, I think. It was either 2020 or 2021. Now we're going back further, and we're looking at the World Championship match from 2018, which was Magnus Carlsen as the reigning world champion versus challenger Fabiano Caruana. Basically, if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I use 365chess.com to find tournaments and look at grandmaster games. Um, and what I've been using is there's a feature where you can see what opening was played in each game, and that's what we're looking at today. And it one of the problems with learning chess is there's so many openings, and the question is how do you decide which openings to learn? So I think one way is by copying the best players in the world. Magnus Carlsen is the best player in the world, arguably. I think he is. And Fabio Caruana is he's at least third. Um, it was a 12 game match, and then there was 3 tiebreak games. Um, basically, they were very close. I'll just let you know that this is spoilers alert if you haven't seen the match or read about it. Magnus Carlsen wins 9 points to 6, but when there was 12 games of classical chess, and then they tied every single game. Every single game was a draw, so pretty darn good. So I think every opening they played was excellent. So we should definitely take out our notebooks or our documents, our computer documents, and take notes. And you use this as a guide of what openings we should learn. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time on each game. We're just looking at what the opening is. So there was a total of 15 games, so I'm going to go right through them. All right, the first game, and again, I advise you to use this website. There's a lot of great features. And so basically I just click on this button here. And the first game they played was a B31 Sicilian Nihemetdinov Rosalimo attack with G6 and without D6. And the opening goes E4, C5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop B5, G6. And if you go to this website, you can check out all kinds of games by grandmasters that played this position, and you can see what they did from here and take more notes. All right, so that was game 1, and we're going to go on to game 2. Game 2 was a D37 Queen's Gambit declined with 4 Knight F3. And it goes D4, D5, C4, E6, Knight C3, Knight F6, and Knight F3. Now it's a D37 Queen's Gambit declined. Next, we already got this. I'll just repeat it though. It's a B31 Sicilian Nihemetdinov Rosalimo attack with G6 and without D6. And it goes E4, C5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop B5, G6. Next, we have an A29 English, 4 knights, kingside fianchetto. And it goes C4, E5, Knight C3, Knight C6, knight f3, knight f6, g3. So write that down and study it, and then come here and see what grandmasters played from here. That's my advice. All right. Again, it looks like we have another b31 Sicilian. Name Dino Rosalimo attack. My pronunciation of this word is getting worse. Again, it's with g6 without d6, and you know the opening, so I'm not going to repeat it. Game 6 is the c42 Petrov defense, and it goes e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6. That was the c42 Petrov's defense. Next one looks like we already covered this one. It's a d37 Queen's Gambit decline with 4 knight f3, and I'm not going to repeat it because you already have this written down. Looks like they repeated some openings in this tournament, in this match. So that was the d37 Queen's Gambit declined. Next game, we got a b33 Sicilian defense, and it goes e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6. That's the b33 Sicilian defense. And the next game, it looks like we already got this one. It's A29 English, 4 knights, kingside fianchetto. If you didn't write it down, you can see it right here, but I'm not going to repeat it. So that was A29 English. And looks like we already got this one as well. Number 10, game 10 is the B33 Sicilian defense. And we already have this written down, so I won't repeat it. And the next one is a C42 Petrov defense. We already got that one, so we don't need to see it. And then game 12 was a B33 Sicilian defense again. We already have that. So now we're in the tiebreak games. And game 13, I don't think we covered this one yet. Nope. But it's an A22 English opening. And it goes c4, e5, knight c3, knight f6. That's the A22 English opening. And the next one is a B33 Sicilian defense. We already covered that, so I won't go over that. Carlsen won that game. And the last game is a B40 Sicilian defense. And it goes e4, c5, knight f3, e6. And so that's the last one. So it looks like they repeated a lot of the openings. So we didn't get that many openings, but we still got a few. And we kind of experienced just a little bit of how that match went in case you never saw it before. So that's all for today. I'm going to cover more of the World Championship matches. I'm also going to go in depth and analyze certain games from certain tournaments, and maybe something from this match as well. If you have any suggestions of a certain game that was interesting that you'd like me to cover, as long as I can find it, I can make a video about it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great one. Bye.